2 years ago, I was broken. Not physically, but inside, where it really matters. I'd wake up late, hate myself for it, and rush through my morning like a maniac. By the time I looked in the mirror, I didn't recognize the person staring back. That wasn't who I wanted to be. I felt trapped, drowning in my own life and nobody could see it. But one decision changed everything. And today, I'm sharing it because I believe it can transform your life too. Before we start, this isn't about some rigid 5 a.m. rule. This is about owning your morning, whatever time that means for you. It's about taking control. Let me take you back to that night. Tuesday, 1 a.m. I'm sitting on my bed, can't sleep, crushing weight on my chest, and I started crying. I'm not ashamed to tell you. I cried because I realized I was wasting my life, choosing comfort over growth, sleep over dreams. I looked at my phone. Friends succeeding, traveling, living amazing lives. And me? Hitting snooze 10 times, wondering why nothing changed. That night, through tears, voice shaking, I said out loud, "Tomorrow, I wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to prove I'm not a quitter, that I'm capable of more." I wasn't just making a promise about waking up early. I was promising to fight for myself, to stop giving up on who I could become. Have you ever made yourself that promise? When the alarm went off at 5 a.m., I wanted to quit immediately. Dark, cold, warm bed, and that voice, you know the one, whispering, "You can't do this, just sleep. Start tomorrow." But I remembered the broken person from the night before, and I refused to be him anymore. I got up, legs shaking. This moment mattered. If I failed now, I'd prove I was exactly who I feared. Someone who talks but never acts. I looked in the mirror and said, "Today, you become who you're meant to be." At 5:30 a.m., I stepped outside for my first run. The world was silent, streets empty, sky showing hints of light, and I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Hope, real hope, the kind that comes from taking action. I ran, and with every step, I ran away from my old life towards my new one, tears streaming down my face. But this time, tears of relief, because I was finally fighting for myself. My body hurt. Everything hurt. I thought, why am I torturing myself? Day 3 was the worst. I had an internal war. Part of me screaming to get up, part begging to sleep. The sleep side was winning. Then I thought about my father. 2 jobs his entire life to give me opportunities. And here I was, wasting them. I thought about my mother, who believed in me more than I believed in myself. I thought about my future self, the man I wanted to become. That future only exists if I make a different choice right now. So I got up. I cried again, but I got up. By day 7, I woke up at 4:58 a.m. before my alarm. My body adjusted. I sat on my bed and smiled. Because I did it. I kept a promise to myself. Here's what nobody tells you. Change isn't about external results. It's about what happens inside. That week, I didn't lose 20 pounds or make $1 million, but I became someone different. Someone who keeps commitments, who does hard things, who doesn't quit. And that version of me? He was capable of anything. 3 months, promotion. 6 months, started my dream business. 1 year, best shape of my life. But what mattered most? When I looked in the mirror, I finally respected who I saw. I want you to feel that, to be proud of yourself. Not for what you have, but for who you are. Let me be clear. This isn't about 5 a.m. being magical. If you wake at 6 or 7 because of your job, family, or health, that's fine. This is about owning your morning, giving yourself sacred time before the world demands your attention. Whether that's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., or 4 a.m. Night shift workers, parents with babies, different schedules. I get it. Life is complex. The principle is simple. Win your morning, whatever time that starts for you. You're not a failure if you don't wake at 5 a.m. You're only failing if you're not intentional with your time. If you let life happen to you instead of making it happen for you. Think about your dreams, the ones you had before life got hard, before excuses, before you convinced yourself this is just how it is. Those dreams are still there, buried deep, but there. You're not behind, not too old, not too late. You're exactly where you need to be to start, but you have to start. Here's the truth. 5 years from now, you'll be 5 years older whether you change or not. Time passes anyway, so who do you want to be? The person who kept hitting snooze wondering what if? Or the person who made a choice and transformed their life? Your children are watching. Your future self is depending on you. The person you're meant to become is waiting, not just to wake from sleep, to wake from the nightmare of living below your potential. I'm sharing this vulnerably because I know what it's like to feel stuck, to feel not enough, to be afraid. Afraid that if you really try and still fail, that's proof you're not capable, so it's easier not to try. But that's not living, that's existing. You have gifts, potential, something unique to offer, but it's trapped inside a version of you that's comfortable, safe, scared, the early rising version of you. Whatever time that is, that's the real you, the courageous you, the you that refuses to settle. And that person is already inside you, waiting for one decision. Tonight, look in the mirror and decide. What time works for you? Create your routine, not mine, yours. Tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off and you want to stay in bed, remember this moment. Remember you're not trying to be me. You're becoming the best version of you. 7 days. Own your morning for 7 days at whatever time works, and you'll discover strength you didn't know existed. Your old life ends tonight. Your new life begins tomorrow morning. On your terms. Set that alarm. Make that promise. See you tomorrow morning, warrior. Your future is waiting. If this resonated, hit like and subscribe. We're building a family of people who refuse to give up on themselves.